Good morning. I'd like to call the April 17th Post Falls Urban Renewal Agency Commission meeting to order. Director Johns, roll call.
Thank you. Leffel?
Here.
Cheltness?
Here.
Davis?
Here.
Crosby?
Here.
Fleischman?
Here.
Commissioner Coles is known to be absent today, and Commissioner Clemensen has not made it yet.
Okay, excellent. We have Commissioner Leffel who's going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Next up on the agenda is ceremonies, appointments, and announcements. Do you have any from the commission? No? All right. Next up, we have conflict disclosure. Any conflict disclosures to announce?
Nope.
All right. Then we'll move along to the consent calendar. Dr. Johns?
Good morning, Chairman Davis, Commissioners. Item A in the consent calendar is the commission meeting minutes, March 20th, 2025. Item B is the district review committee meeting minutes of April 2nd, 2025. Item C is the finance and policy committee meeting minutes of April 7th, 2025. Item D is the payables for this month totaling $7,775.64. Item E is the bank activity report, which shows total funds in all accounts of $3,749,791.13 and accrued interest for the month of $9,156.56. Item F is the financial reports as of March 31st. Approval of the consent calendar will authorize a transfer of $7,775.64 to the First Interstate checking account for the monthly payables and $9,156.56 accrued interest to the general fund. Chairman Davis, I would answer any questions.
Excellent. Do we have any questions from the commission? Right.
Move the approval of the consent calendar. Second.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. Roll call vote.
Fleischman?
Aye.
Cheltness?
Aye.
Leffel?
Aye.
Crosby?
Aye.
Davis?
Aye. All right. We've got committee updates. Finance and policy, Treasurer Crosby.
We had a busy month. We reviewed the financial statements that were just approved. We completed our review and revision of the Warren Park agreement between the commission and the city for funding improvements, and worked toward making this agreement a template for future agreements with city for infrastructure improvements within a district. We reviewed the budget since we're halfway through our fiscal year and the status of the commission budget. Despite some unanticipated costs associated with internet connections at our chamber office and the audit, we are still on track to complete the year under budget.
Excellent.
We reviewed and discussed some recommended changes to Agency Policy 1, and we reviewed House Bill 436, which passed in the recent legislative session and was signed into law by the governor on April 4th. The bill allows a fire and ambulance district to opt out of an existing urban renewal district which has no debt, and any future urban renewal districts that are proposed or approved by council. And this could potentially reduce our projected tax increment in an existing district by 18 to 20%. The bill also provided a process for the city to approve an ordinance dissolving an existing urban renewal commission and any existing urban renewal district. There are some serious problems with that portion of the bill, which we assume will be resolved by future legislative sessions or by judicial action.
Wow.
Any questions?
Quite an update. No, but thank you so much. Next up, we have district review. Commissioner Fleischman.
Yep, the District Review Committee met on April 2nd. We discussed 2 project questionnaires that were turned in by prospective proponents in the downtown district. We are still gathering more information on those. We discussed 2 possible new districts. Our goal is to find smaller districts with a shorter lifespan that would make the most community impact. So We are still gathering information on that as well. And then we discussed and agreed to meet quarterly to discuss, document, and report district activity to the commission. So
Great.
this is a new committee with all new committee members.
Yeah,
So it
that's
was a
great.
good first meeting.
Perfect. I love meeting quarterly. That's great. Next up, we have communications, property, and personnel. Clemensen's not here. I don't know if they met or.
We did not meet.
Okay. Well, then we have nothing to report. We'll move on to citizen comments. This section of the agenda is reserved for citizens wishing to address the commission regarding an agency-related issue. Comments related to future public hearings should be held for that public hearing. Persons wishing to speak will have 5 minutes. I think we have any public people here. Next up, we have unfinished business.
We do not have any unfinished business at this time.
What about new business?
We do not have any new business to complete.
Moving
at
right
this time.
along. Staff report and updates.
Yes, all right. Well, I want to thank Commissioner Crosby for outlining HB 436. That was my first item on the staff report, but very thorough job on that, so I won't go into that any further. The 2024 final market values for Kootenai County have been published by the County Auditor's Office, and they've allowed me to compute a clearer picture of our anticipated tax year 2024 increment remittances that will be received in the course of this year. And I just wanted to let you know our agency's prior estimates changed very, very little. I attended the Idaho State Controller's Office webinar training for submissions to this year's local government registry, which is a kind of an audit type of requirement outlined in Idaho code. The agency's submission should be completed within the month. And then finally, we had an office visit by the ICRIMP representative, Debbie Ferguson. She visits the office annually just to check in and provide updates of ICRIMP-related information, including training opportunities available through their program. That concludes my staff report.
All right, does anybody have any questions for Joe?
Did the ICRUMP folks, which is our insurance, did they have any recommendations, suggestions, or were they just happy with what we're doing and how we're doing it?
Their recommendation is that in the course of one of our workshops, we have the full commission go through a training program. It's about a 40-minute video called Respectful Workplace. That is something they... Respectful Workplace. It is something that they recommend or require of all of their program participants. That may be something that we look at having in one of our workshop schedules coming up.
Gotcha.
Other than that, there was nothing else, with the exception of one item, and that was to make sure that our physical property or our the agency's property listed or property coverage within the program, the deductibles and such, the limits are satisfactory, would meet our needs should something happen.
We can review that at a finance committee meeting.
We can.
Is it possible to get that video sent out to each of us so that we could do it and not have to have a workshop to do it as a joint group? Or we could discuss it prior to a workshop?
I'll look into that possibility. That's a great idea.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have commissioner comments. Do we have any comments from the commission? All right, next up is chairman comments. I have none. So I guess we'd be looking for a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Wow. 7.5 minutes. New
So we can't
record.
get a second? We can't get a
New
second
record.
on it? All right, perfect. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Meeting adjourned.
Wow.